Yes, greetings on the Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, Miami time, Baltimore time, Washington DC time, 1 p.m. Like it was announced, we will have a guest, a special guest, I would say. Very soon, we reach it by phone out of Miami, Florida. They call it what? The Golden State of the Sunshine State. Let's see how much sunshine we do get down there in Florida. The special guest name is Miss African Roots. A well-respected, well-known selectress out of the Liberation Dub Roots. Yeah, I said it. Dub rock. Roots. Emphasize on the roots and on the dub. And minimize the rock. In the African style. Jaw. So we're gonna run a few tunes. And then we just make the phone call. And it's gonna be some reasoning on top of the rhythm. It's gonna be extremely enlightening, informative, and up to date to what and how the reception of lioness, roots dub, reggae when it's played by Africans in America. So just hold tight. Hold tight. You're going to enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Also tell your friend, share this ongoing session. We posted enough, these Facebook page, so I think the word is out. So just buckle up and let's see how it goes. Yes, greetings, Miss African Roots. Are you on the line? Is the line clear?
Yes, the line is clear.
Good, good, good. So, welcome on board.
Yes, greetings to the family, greetings to the I, the one Fasimbas Afrikan Vanguard system. And I
Well,
give thanks for being here today.
well, it's such an honor to have you among the session. What I'm going to try to do is to ask you if you can speak louder, and I'm going to equalize the sound coming because they're both sharing the channel. So until
Okay.
I get to another channel, that's when I'm sure the voice and the sound's going to be equally well combined. But I do hear you, but I hope
Okay.
others hear you better than I do. But it's good to have
Okay.
you, definitely. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great. So Miss African Roots, that's who we have on board.
Yes, I.
So we're going to ask one and one to buckle up because it's going to be a very, very lava hot interview on the topic of lioness, dub liberation style of reggae in America and also in Africa, because let me inform you that Miss African Roots went to Gambia, and she's an expert in the Gambia reggae scene. So I'm sure you'll be willing to share some of your adventure, some of your experience of being back in West Africa. But let's run the music a little bit and let me equalize the sound properly, okay?
Yes, very well.
Thank you. Yes, I guess we got it now. Yes, Miss African Roots.
Yes, I am
Okay,
here.
I'm perfect now. The voice perfect. Good, good.
Oh,
So let's get into the deep topic. So where are you located in America?
okay. So currently I'm located in Miami. I've been down here now for about 6, almost 7 years. So when I first came down here, didn't know anything or anyone per se, but oh, I immediately started looking into the reggae scene, looking to see what was here. And so I've been kind of, on that journey since I've been down here. And I found that Miami is very active. It has a large Jamaican community, Caribbean community. And so there are, definitely events and artists, in this area. And it's a very lively art scene. So
Okay.
it has a great energy for the music. And there are, like I said, lots of artists who come here regularly to perform. Lots of artists come here, live here as well, in reggae. So right now, Miami to me is really an international hub.
Okay.
Okay. Wish I could get louder. I don't know how it can get louder. Trying to see if there's a way I can be louder. Um, so overall, it's really a great scene for I don't know. I don't think they can hear me. Can you hear me, Jessica?
Yes, I do hear you. I just want to make sure that those on the other end also do hear you. My experience is that usually those on the other hand hear you much better than I can. So I hope that's the case. But I do hear you. So please,
Okay.
good. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Good one.
So going forward, so my idea here down here is to actually bring dub music more so to the forefront in this area. You have mostly primarily your basic reggae, what I like to call the blue pill reggae, that is dominant.
So say it again. How you define that reggae?
I define it as blue pill reggae.
Blue.
So, yes, blue pill.
Blue pill. Oh, okay, good. Blue pill, red pill. Oh, okay. Yeah, I follow you. Oh,
Yes.
we getting into some matrix thing. Okay.
Yes, because ultimately that is what we're engaging with every day.
Mm.
And the music right now, people are still trying to, as far as I'm concerned, the masses are still trying to go back
Mm.
to what they know. They're trying to go back to what they were comfortable in.
Mm.
And that's what the blue pill represents. The blue pill represents us going back to sleep. It represents us going back to normal. And we know that we're nothing in anything short of normal times right now.
So, not to interject you, you said those who are listening in general, a major part of the numbers are comfortable with what they have been accustomed to. What have they been accustomed to? What type of reggae, blue pill? Can you describe us the type of
Yes.
reggae that this you say in America, right?
Yes, primarily in America. We understand that the music industry in America has tapped out any revolutionary, any content that's going to be against it, the system itself.
Mm.
So reggae music also uh, falls into that line when it enters into the American music industry scene.
Oh, really?
So yes, of course. Um, so
Okay.
only what is allowed, only certain music is allowed to be heard, whether in commercial venues or on the radio, you know. So the blue pill reggae pretty much is going to be your artists that you see, that are on the commercial platforms that, maybe are getting nominated for the Grammys that are, your
I see. I see.
typical. Mhm.
Those that can generate
So
profit and commercial. Yeah.
mhm. So this aspect of the music has been running in America for a very long time, whereas the underground scene of the roots dub and all of that, that more so is very very popular in Europe, has been, I would say, it's almost been banned in the United States.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so we are looking to change that right now. We definitely know that there is a forces that's trying to ensure that this music is not being heard. There's a lot of gatekeepers that want to ensure that that they stay in place and that they're able to keep lulling the people to sleep.
Got you. Got you.
So, what where we are right now is we want to bring the red pill music to the people. We want to bring it in a way in which it's still entertaining, but also it's international, it's world class,
So,
and yes,
so you're on a crusade, way by
yes,
yourself down in Miami. God, you're a
yes,
strong black. Hold up. You're a strong African woman out there.
yes,
So it's like, what? You yourself alone, raging the battle. Wow. And you don't have no
yes,
team player, no soldiers around you, no. You just by yourself.
none. Just by myself. I
Wow,
feel
that's
like Neo.
courageous.
I feel like Neo straight up.
Oh,
Cause
again, we're in the Matrix. Oh God. So this reggae is universal. Reggae bring people together, hands in hands. We all, the let's get together and be all feel all right. Is it
yeah,
true? Is it real? It is reality. Newspeak at 1984 version. Do-
no, I think there's the one love, feel all right. I think if we look at how long that message has been programmed into us, we're seeing that that's not the truth. We're seeing that that's not exactly the truth. We're also seeing that the voice of Bob Marley has been watered down and used for the commercial aspect of the system to, again, lull people to sleep. He's not alive, so therefore he's not a threat. The artists that are alive, the artists that are putting out the music, they are the threat now. And so right now, there is definitely some walls around to make sure that their music is not penetrated into the U.S. system. And we, people like yourself, who I highly respect, and various others who
But
are,
remember, I'm not
creative.
famous, so that's why I can do what I do. I'm under the radar. It's easy. I don't
But that's where
have to
you are
answer
supposed
to
to be.
no one. I don't have to
That,
bow to no one. I
yes,
mean,
I.
it's
That's
just
where you're
music.
supposed to
It's
be.
just universal. Everything all right in my little camp. But yeah, please continue. I see where you're getting at. I see.
Yes, that's where you're supposed to be because,
So
like
we're
you
not
tell us,
supposed to be
this,
famous and all this, making
no.
autograph, shiny and being in big cars, big mansion, flashing. I mean, that's what we see all around. We see all of them right now. They're like
Hmm.
modeling and posing with
Hmm.
diamond ring and all the big
Hmm.
friends and all the.
Hmm.
So this is what I do, to be honest with you, what is what, who is who, and what's going on with all that um, so-called perception. You got to be a star to make it. You have to be up there. You have to be known by X, Y, and Z. They got to talk about you. Is that real? Is that the goal? Our goal?
I think for a lot of artists, they may come out with that goal, but they end up realizing that that is not, that's not the reality in terms of trying to be successful.
Mm,
Because a lot of the success happens behind the scenes, as we know. It's in your bookkeeping and how well you're taking care of your finances and how well you're taking care of your business, your
that's so
music
true.
business.
So true.
You know, the showbiz aspect of it is the part where you're giving it to the people, you're giving of yourself. But the aspect in terms of it, your music being distributed and it being heard and it being played, there's a lot of channels and from the point that an artist is inspired
Mm.
to the musicians, to the production, to the mixing, there's a whole lot that goes into this.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for
so,
breaking it down like this because we hardly hear this detailed, breaking down
mhm,
information that you are giving us. So thank you.
mhm.
Mm.
It's important. It's very important because we know that this music is inspired from the Most High. We know that this music is not manufactured. So when these artists go through the lengths that they go through to bring it to us as the people and as the players, the people who want to play their music, we have to respect all that they do to get it to us. And so I always give thanks to these artists. The other aspect is that I love artists who are not interested in having that spotlight because ultimately your music will stand the test of time. That's the thing I would tell any artist that's trying to get in right now is that don't worry about, oh, I'm not getting shows, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, but trust that your music will touch people, the right people at the right time.
That make a lot
Sometimes
of
it's 10
sense. Yeah.
years.
So
Yeah,
you,
sometimes it's 10, 15 years.
but you, in all this, where do you stand? You're a selectress. You're a singer. Because I've seen you singing once on a video. You were on a band. So your early days, you were a singer because you got a very serious stage presence. I mean, I've visited your Instagram, which you gonna share it. You get 200, 300 like and so forth. So you are famous, by the way. You are
Not by a long shot,
not
but I will
not.
say,
I think you are. I mean, 400 like. You just put a simple picture. We see, wow, like. I
no
say,
way.
wow, look at this. She's famous. Okay, okay. You say you're not. Okay, not enough famous.
No
Okay,
way.
okay. Celebrity is
I will.
cult. Oh God, you're so right. You're so
I will
correct.
just say that I at least try to make I at least
Impact.
try to make something unique. I
Yeah.
try to be unique in how I present myself because I think, yes, as a black woman, it's not a lot of us out here playing, reggae and dub music. There's not a lot of us out here that's really in this scene. And I do think that that representation is important. So yes, I definitely try to do that.
So
Um,
that's a big word here. Um, representation. What is this from the perspective? Because I hear the other side always using this key code word, but coming from us, the term that you use is so important. How do you picture it without making it their code word, similar to their code word? Represent who, what? How do you consider yourself representing the proper, the
mhm,
correct, the?
mhm.
Am I making sense?
Yes,
Good.
I feel that I am presenting King Alpha, Queen Omega music. When I play this music, I'm playing for the Most High. I'm playing for the Creator. I'm playing for our ancestors. I'm playing for these energies because we're all in this thing together,
Yes.
And music is a thing that kind of allows us to time travel. It allows us to be able to put our place in ourselves, especially as Black people, where so much of our history is scattered. Reggae music to me represents that aspect for us in the West. It gave us our history. It gave us in our oral interpretation in which how we're used to getting our history.
Thank you.
And so reggae solidified that for us in providing the oral history of our story and where we're standing to go. Um, so right now we this music has cataloged basically our history.
Thank you.
And if we're not playing that music, then we're going to lose a lot of our history. So I started listening to reggae music because of the history lessons I was learning in it that I wasn't even learning by reading certain books, or you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it really gave me an insight that this is my music. This is my story. I don't have to be from Jamaica
Yes.
to understand, that this music is globally speaking to us as a people. And so I've worked, and rather I played or studied the music for over 20 years to get a deeper meaning. And still I'm studying, still I'm learning because the reservoir of roots music is endless so long as it's serving Selassie I, Rastafari.
Rastafari. Thank you. That was brilliant. That for what you've just listen. What you just said, you deserve to be famous because in the right way. Seriously, I subscribe. I fully 100% back up what you just said. So this is when it's going to become more interesting. Your understanding, our understanding as a people of this music appears to be a different understanding for other people. So is there a middle ground, or it's just like you live in your universe, I live in my universe, in our universe? How, I mean, it's not like there need to be a middle ground or even a meeting point,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
the way how we understand, experience our past, our history is absolutely different than the way how other people understand,
Mm-hmm.
perceive
Mm-hmm.
the little bit
Mm-hmm.
that they know from their
Mm-hmm.
angle, our
Mm-hmm.
history and our experience, even our current experience on a global or even on a local level. So
Mm-hmm.
this music supposed to bring us together. Music gonna break down the barriers. Music and this, music and that, and people are getting
Mm-hmm.
money out of us,
Mm-hmm.
or out of the music per se, and
Mm-hmm.
many among us who are promoting, playing, creating that type of music, if we do not belong to the fraction of those who are on top, it's appeared that for us to get venue, in order to play, in order to be seen and heard, has become over the years, or have always been, nothing but a unending battle,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
struggle, just to
Mm-hmm.
find a space, just to be
Mm-hmm.
able to play that music without
Mm-hmm.
any form of watering down, and including
Mm-hmm.
some, excuse me the expression I'm going to use, some almost half naked
Mm-hmm.
people on top, just like the little banana swinging from a pole, and you see monkeys trying to jump up and snatch that banana. I mean, what kind of perception, what kind of straight jacketing, um uh, you, you remember those jackets that they used to put on mad so-called supposedly people who didn't want to abide, right? Used to straight jacket
Right.
them and just tie them
Correct.
in, and then
Yes.
infuse those type of drug just to dumb them down and so forth. Is that a
Yes.
similar type of situation on a
Yes.
figurative type level, of course, that we are going through? What is your experience, you now in down there in Florida? Reggae and you, and the people,
Hmm.
and the venue, and the promoters.
Hmm. I can say that for me, it's been very difficult. It's been very, very difficult. The venues are, it's only a few, very few venues for reggae music.
Hmm.
Um, there are very few venues. So when I say reggae music, I'm talking the blue pill reggae music.
Yeah.
Um, so that means that there are no venues for the red pill reggae music. That
So,
means there's zero.
so Miami is a big city, right? Or is the
Yes,
it's big, big, big,
yes,
and you do have a, I would say, a huge Caribbean
yes,
black community there, or is only have
yes.
so-called, that's the stereotype we get from Florida in general.
Exactly, exactly,
All white
exactly.
retiree, etc. Is that true or is not true
Yes, that is true on the surface.
on the surface?
But on the surface, but beneath that surface, Miami itself has its own art. Like I said, its own art scene, its own music scene, its own. It has a lot of various pockets, and it definitely has the energy. Yeah, because it's a place that attracts art. It attracts a lot of international people. So it has all the correct markings for promoting this kind of music right now, in which people can come and really get a different experience. Um, that really brings us together, yeah, in the 21st century. Because I really believe that the music is not based so much on color, but it's based on our our minds right
On
now.
our
Because
mind.
right now, all of our minds are in the matrix, and
Mm.
some of us are trying to get the hell out of it.
Mm.
And you find just as many, Europeans, some of them trying to get out of it and trying to figure a way out of it. And they're
Mm.
also participating in this music. They're also contributing to this music, I would say, in a way that I don't even see Jamaicans doing right now. So, you know, this thing is complex. It's
It
very
is.
complex.
It is. It
Yes.
is. I just finished reading uh, a book, actually written by a French man, as translated in English. But the book's about King Tubby, the Dub Master, by a certain official biography of Thibaut Erengard. And
Yes.
like you said, those who are digging, cataloging, archiving, researching, talking, writing, making money, promoting the work of our cultural icons, mostly are European
Mhm.
um, social scientists,
Mhm.
um, aficionados,
Mhm.
fans who are dedicating their resources, their skill, intellect on these topics.
Mhm.
And strangely, we seems to be people who live in the moment, in the present.
Mhm.
We don't want to look into our past,
Mhm.
and we certainly don't
Mhm.
have no projection of our future. We are
Mhm.
living in the moment,
Mhm.
and all of us are not surviving. Some of us are more than capable to do a better job,
Mhm.
to do the job,
Mhm.
which is to do the work about our cultural icons. It's just
Mhm.
it's not rocket science. It only takes what it need to take to get the job done by people like
Yes.
us. Because we keep
Yes.
saying
Yes.
they do this, they always do. They didn't teach us this, they didn't taught that in school. But I
Yes.
have to say it again, loud and clear. it is not the responsibility of others to to
our
maintain
cultural
our
identity.
cultural identity, to tell and teach, or to inform us of our past history. It's not their business, not their
It's not.
responsibility. It's us
Right. It's
who.
ours.
It is our duty and our responsibility.
Yes.
That's where I stand.
Yes. So that is primarily why I started playing the music. I had a really early interest in the music when I was, really young. I always hear people say, well, that old reggae music, young people don't like that music. Well, that's not true because I was in my 20s when I started really listening and really started archiving the music,
So that's been
from
young.
cassettes.
That's been young in your
Yes.
20s?
Yes.
Really? Because
I would say, in your 20s, you figure, you're usually
so you're still young in
more
your
open.
20s?
Yes.
Really? Because I keep hearing around now that if you're 22, 23, 25, you're old. And so if you're a little bit more, you just finished. Oh, these are old people. So where we at now? You're absolutely correct. When you're in your 20s, you're still a young, extremely just getting out of your teenage year. You're extremely
Hmm.
young adults.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
I, I remember my, let's say I vaguely, okay, I put it this way. I do remember my 20s. And when I look back now, I say, oh, I was so young in mind, in spirit, in body, in everything. And when we look now with all the experience and all the, how you say that, the, the battle that you have lost, the battle that you have won,
Hmm.
the scarf, and you've been tested, right?
Right.
So now come the experience. You compensate all these years with the experience, and you can look back. You can have a better sense of judgment and decision. And you gotta, yeah, you put it this way: we got the past to look at things with the bigger picture.
Yes, and we've had more time to do that. You know what I'm saying? We've been able to look at how things have changed. I was just about to say that, when I started collecting, I was collecting cassette tapes.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
remember
then
that. So you're talking
before I
about
was
the what?
making
The
mixtapes,
60s, the 50s, or what?
no, in about in the 90s. Okay, I'm not go back that far.
I- okay. 90s, 80s, late
Yes.
80s. No, you're correct.
You
Yeah,
got
these
it.
were the
So I'm
days. Yeah.
making mixtapes, and then once the CDs came out, I went to CDs, and then of course. So we've been able to watch the transition of the technology
That's
change
so
with the
true.
music, and that has been very, very important for us, specifically for those who have been around long enough to see
The
the
evolution.
evolving of
Yeah.
reggae.
Yeah.
You know, so right now we're just at a really high point, and I'm just at a, even for me, like my spirit, I can't even rest until I'm like listening to this music and I feel like I'm able to like do something for it today, whatever it is, because it needs to come out. We need these sounds out in the atmosphere, out in the ether, out in the multi universe, because we're in a serious, serious battle right now for our lives if we don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't have weapons. We don't have guns. We don't have nuclear, this and that. We only have our sound. We're in a sound war.
Yeah. like we only have our consciousness of our awareness.
Yes.
That's so true.
And if we don't, if the lower vibrations are definitely trying to swarm us in,
Mm.
trying to take us down one by one. And we have this music that is going to lift us. It's the thing that's going to liberate us. So we do have to think of it as being our weapon. It is, seeing. So for that, I give thanks, and I'm just going to continue to trot forward, even if I'm the only foot soldier down here in Miami.
Oh,
I'm going to make sure.
watch. After this, you're gonna
I'm
see
going
more
to.
people coming knocking at your door. After this,
Yes.
that's it's good to know that someone um, down there in Florida, Miami, I'm more than convinced you have more brothers and sisters who think just like you, but who are scattered in that state, isolated, and who are not aware that others just like them are on the same frequency. So we hope that one way or another, this broadcast, this little attempt, it's just like a little ripple effect. But even the tiniest ripple effect does have an effect out there. So
Yes.
my understanding is that right now, do you have a place where you play music, where you play your sound system, or because I've seen some video of you. Okay, now let me get back. The first time I heard about you was at this festival that was being streamed out of Sweden. That was last year. I happened to be invited to, and
Yes.
I think it was like about a year and couple months. And I see
Right during
them.
the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely, it was during the pandemic, and it was actually organized by Sister Zima and Kibia. It
Yes.
was the Green Festival. Was it the Green Festival or something? Of that?
Social
The
social living
social,
festival.
exactly, the social living festivals. First of all, hell up to Kibri. Kibra,
Yes.
good
Massive
brother.
respect.
Tough, good brother. Hell up to Zima, good
Yes.
sister. These are
Yes.
the outstanding, hardworking people who have dedicated their skill so that people who think on that frequency that you are talking about can network and work together and be basically allowed to express their creativity on the frequency and on the level that you're talking about. So that was the first time I came across you because I looked the name, I see, okay, Fasimba, this is my sound, I understand. Then Miss African Roots. So I'm here scratching my head, say, Miss African Roots? Who is that? Hold up. Now, if you name yourself Miss African Roots, you got to carry that title. So, and I saw your set. Listen, all those listening to me right now. I say, hold up. Is this me playing into another form or what? Because I say, ain't no way. Actually, at that moment when I saw you playing one, I said, look at you. That's you, Seska, playing another form. And I said to myself, yes,
Yes.
we are never alone.
Never alone.
We
You
are
know,
not the only one, too.
that's right.
There are others
right.
out there doing just like what you're doing. And the plan, the mission is that connecting the dot, networking, supporting. So I was so happy. I mean, see, here in America, Miss African Roots playing the roots and the dub, and you was playing the school of the dub from the tubby, from those King Jammy when he was Prince Jammy, those type of scientists and all that. I said, oh, okay, this is some rootical, sister. So I was so impressed, and I enjoy your set. Extremely
thanks.
high respect. So as a
Give thanks.
result of that, of course, you start networking and recognizing who is who, because in America you have another sound system of the name of Humble Tafari Wildfire. He's somewhere in Virginia, but a couple
Okay.
years back, my sound and his sound, we used to meet on the highest level underground in a big space in Baltimore, and once a
Yes.
month we used to have these dub roots heavy gathering,
Yes.
heavy, and the location where we used to do these session used to be so-called in a dangerous location, which it was not. But everything that who we are, everything where we come from, everything that we stand and represent, it always so-called dangerous. But people know, those who know, they know it's not.
Yes.
It's just a different perspective, a different angle of looking and
Yes.
seeing and doing things.
Yes.
So he's a heavy sound. I mean, you're talking about the sound system that came straight up from the 70s. That brother can just
Yes.
replicate and remember this name, Wildfire Humble Tafari. Then
Yes. Absolutely.
then you have Brother Kush from Black Redemption up there in New
Okay.
York.
Mm-hmm.
He's quite famous because he do all these recording. He produced a lot of these global singers. Rush Kush. So
Mm-hmm.
from here, that's on the East Coast. Who else? Who else? Then you have Love Judah. It's another brother who is in Baltimore and Washington D.C.
Yes. Yes.
Love Judah, yeah, good sound. Article, brother from Trinidad, outstanding. He be playing outdoor session, indoors, Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And the problem is that a lot of these people are not very visible. Um, I don't know. I've definitely know of Love Judah.
Yes.
Because I'm the kind of person like I don't care, I don't care where you are. You could be in Siberia, but if you're playing roots, I'm gonna find you. So I look
I
for
can tell.
people.
I can tell. Yeah, you be looking, and that's good.
so, so it means a lot to me to find individuals on this plane
Yeah.
because um, I where I hail from, as you know, I'm from DC. I'm from Washington D.C. and so
Okay.
DC is not really a place that's known for this level of roots music,
Mm,
but it is a place that's known for a lot of reggae music.
yeah.
And I always like to put out there that I was in DC around the time when Midnight was
Exactly. Yeah.
really starting to like get
That's
on
the
their scene.
90s, huh?
They were Yes, Midnight, Ron Benjamin.
Yeah.
When they were starting out, they honed their sound in DC. So they used to come and perform every single night, and I would be there every single night to watch them perform because
Wow.
it was like watching this great thing being built, and they were literally just building in front of our eyes, before anyone knew about them, before they even started going to California or anything, they were in DC.
Exactly.
And they
Yeah.
were just a local band
Yeah. That's true.
playing in a
The
local hole in the wall that you
wait,
could go to.
they used to play in that place in that not Adams Morgan,
Adams Morgan, yes.
that street next to these Ethiopian restaurant.
Yes, on 18th Street.
Yeah, 18th Street. Because when I first came to America, I used to work in one of those places. That that store used to sell some electronic and some cigarette. Used to be maybe
Yes,
3-4 blocks down that Ghanaian restaurant place,
yes.
and that
Bukum.
exactly, and that used to be in 92, 93.
Yes,
So I wasn't aware myself. I was just going to work, working all the time. But
yes,
yeah, Midnight was wow. I missed them. Yeah.
yes. They had a really, steady following. And of course, we had a really lively live reggae scene in terms of bands.
Yeah,
We had
Kilimanjaro.
Mojanaya, yes, and
Yeah.
we had, Black Sheep. We had so many
Black Sheep.
very
Yeah, yeah, that's
talented
true. Moyenaya. Yeah.
reggae. We had the Roxy. We had
Yeah,
many
the
outlets on
Roxy.
any given night. You
Yeah.
could go to three or four different reggae clubs on the same street. It was amazing. That was an amazing time.
Yeah. So true.
And then once midnight came on the scene, they pretty much blew everybody out of the water. And so, maybe in a couple of years, they ended up leaving DC. And that's, you know, history, as you all know, was made and these
Sure.
people became. So to now see how his music has evolved as well, and it is now worldwide, and that people really call upon Von Benjamin and his sacred scrolls and the words and the music that they pretty much started in terms of back in those days, this new, what I would call the ancient future roots.
Ancient future. Yes. Hmm.
So they were kind of the one of the ones in this side in America that really started this ancient future roots
So,
movement
yeah.
that we are now all really, really starting to see the depths of it,
Yeah, in
right?
America,
So
in a
yes,
worldwide level. That's true.
yes, yes, yes,
So also down in Atlanta, you have a label named Akashi that is promoting and cataloging uh, some heavy, serious dub roots along
yes,
Fikir Amlak, King Alpha.
yes.
Um,
I'm loving everything. Everything that they put out is so on point and so necessary.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to be in places and spaces where I'm hearing that music normally. It's the normal.
Well, this is your mission in down there in Florida, and it's just a matter of time with network. This is a teamwork effort. Um, you have done so much, and you're still doing it. And there is no reason why now, and more than ever, uh, people who want that same type of reality to be established in Miami do not come forward, and you organize, you strategize, and you push forward in order to at least to have a space that has a dub roots evening in which
Yes.
you are selecting, and eventually when you be well solidified, you can invite people from around,
Yes. Yes.
and
That is
people
the
can
goal.
enjoy. They don't know the power of the real bass. I mean, they talk about this drum and bass, etc., and all that. But if it wasn't for dub music, there'd be no drum and bass, no techno, no
None of that.
none of that would be
None of that.
if it wasn't for King Tubby.
Period.
So they need to get it right.
Yes. They need to get it right. And the spaces that I see in Miami where they cater to the techno and the EDM and all that
Yeah, yeah,
nonsense.
yeah.
The spaces are elaborate and magnificent. And they got all kind of stuff in there, and I'm like,
That's
yo,
so
we should
true.
have the same thing. Yes,
Yeah,
we need that.
yeah.
You know. So yes, link up. I'm trying to create. I am starting our movement down here. Deeper X Levels, MIA. So you can follow that at Deeper X Levels, MIA. And yeah, we're going to take things to the deeper levels in here in Miami
So
because
is
it's
deeper,
time.
deeper level X. Okay, say it again. It's
Deeper,
okay.
deeper
Yes,
X
X
level,
level.
MIA. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Good. So this is how we can get in touch with you. This is how the people out there can link up with you.
Yes,
That's good. And you have Instagram also. Do you want to share?
yes, and I can be reached at my Instagram at Miss African Roots. Well, that's with a K. And I'm gonna put that in the
Oh,
chat.
with a K. You don't write Africa with a C?
No.
I know I always get this. You write
Yeah,
Africa with a C. I say no, with a K.
with
We
a K.
write it with K, K. Yeah. So
Mhm.
you've been to Africa. We can't let you go without you telling us about this African movement, this repatriation, this experience as you're born somewhere in the West, right? And you're going back
Yes,
to Gambia. Um,
yes.
I mean, how was it? How the your experience? I mean, you don't have to get into details, but the main
Right.
point, the most, do you miss it? Where you did you get what you was looking for, or it still need to be created?
It's ongoing. The journey, the repatriation is a journey. It is not
A
exactly
destination.
the destination. I thought that in the beginning it was my destination, but now I'm understanding or overstanding and understanding that repatriation is a journey. It is my journey to finding myself and finding the keys and things that were taken from me. So yes, I repatriated to the Gambia. I left America back in 2006, and I left and moved to West Africa. I did like any person, I'm just thinking I'm not coming back. I don't want to come back. Um, and how the
I
music
laugh because
was,
again, when I listen to
yes.
you, it's like I'm listening to myself. I had the same experience, so I'm listening. Go ahead, I'm listening, and believe
So
me,
yes,
I
I,
fully
I had the
understand.
intentions of definitely not coming back, and how the music ties into that, because I never wanted to be a person who just listened to reggae music and who just listened and it was just my entertainment. Then I turn it off and I sit down and then I go back to my Babylon. See, I wanted to make sure that I was following through on what His Majesty said was for us. I wanted to follow through on the mission, which was repatriation, because I must leave Babylon. That is what is told to us constantly in these songs, and it was true. It's correct. We must leave. So yeah, I left and I stationed myself over in West Africa. I built a house over there. I raised my family over there. um, I had a lot of difficulties because I was kind of the pioneer once again, the first, to kind of get over there. And in the area, I built in, it was nothing. It was no one over there. But sorry, but here we are now. These years later, now there's a full neighborhood there now, and it's an active community there. And I learned a lot. I feel like I found myself when I lived
So,
there.
so you're saying you went to Gambia, you located in a
Yeah.
location where there was no one. That same
Ye-
location where you established yourself, you do have people
Yeah.
living around.
Yeah.
So, what
Yes.
is your name?
Sorry.
So your name is Miss African Roots, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this the neighborhood or the city should be named Miss African Roots. You don't be
It
laughing,
should
it's
be.
serious. Come on. That's what I
It
mean.
should
Think
be.
about it. We gotta petition this thing. And
Little by little.
look,
Yes.
I understand, but put all joke aside.
Yes.
Honestly, this is what's been done around the world. You got fools who went way down to Africa and named a country named Rhodesia. And he didn't do
Yes.
half of what you did. He went there, plundered, killed, raped, destroyed,
Yes.
hurt, and he got
Yes.
named a country
Yes.
after him named Rhodesia. So
Same.
the suggestion that I'm just making now is not out of the world. It's a
Yes.
decent, it's a proper, because my understanding, if I heard you well, you went to a place in Gambia. By the way, Gambia is Kunta Kite, Alex Ali, all these places. So you went there and you established a place, and 20 years pass. You tell me that people are living and building around that place.
That is correct.
Wow. So I definitely need to
That
know the
is
place because when I go back to West Africa, because I'm from West Africa, I'm from Mali, Liberia, and Gambia
yes,
is inside Senegal. So
yes,
Mali, Senegal, these are neighborhood countries, and for us,
yes.
oh, by the way, we want to invite you, hopefully between 2022 to 2023, Abendigo, Akashi, Fasimba. We are working on a project which is to be able to establish a sound system in
Yes,
Senegal at Tubalor. This is
yes.
actually the hometown of Abendigo, of Amir Diallo, the
Mm-hmm.
CEO of Abendigo label. So
Mm-hmm.
it is at a project level. I agree with you and so forth, but we want to single out a few among us that we would like to be part of the project. So
Yes,
on behalf of Abendigo and myself, we definitely want to send you an invitation to
yes,
Senegal. I
yes.
think it's about like 40, 60 kilometers from Dakar.
Mm-hmm.
It has all the accommodation, etc. Actually, he has like a breakfast and bed type of house,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
and he do the vacation
Mm-hmm.
type renting and so forth. But if this
Mm-hmm.
being achieved, if we do manage to realize it and from a tangible angle, then this definitely will be the place where we all meet.
Yes.
A sound system supposed to be sent there to Senegal, just a matter of
Mm-hmm.
few months. So that's the first
Mm-hmm.
phase.
Mm-hmm.
Abendigo is in France, but do travel once, 3 times a year to Senegal to look after
Mm-hmm. Right.
the location and the space. So these are like
Mm-hmm.
open passage type of reality.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Senegal, New York, Dallas, Miami, I'm sure it's almost like you can have a direct flight now from America to Senegal. You don't need to pass through Europe and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So, we hope that we will have more concrete progress in that specific project, and we will share it openly. But that's the
Absolutely
plan.
amazing.
That's the plan.
That's amazing. That's what's needed. That is what our music is supposed to do. We are supposed to be linking for Africa, period. At the end of the day, that is the end game. So I'm here for that. And I have, like, some contacts on the ground in the Gambia as well
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That's
who,
true.
sound systems there. Definitely the Gambia it is just a reggae place.
It is. Yeah. That
So
that's the when we look at
and
YouTube, we see Sizzla coming to Gambia. I said, man, is that really how they are receiving Sizzla? I mean,
oh
you
yes.
start seeing like 5,000
Oh
people
yes.
coming to the airport,
Oh yes.
police, soldier
It's
man jumping
serious.
up and down. I mean, it's almost
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We
oh,
eat, sleep, drink reggae in the Gambia.
I'm not
The beauty
surprised.
of the Gambia is that they also have it's a very musically rich place. So it has, of course, their own local music is extremely beautiful, and of
Mandingo.
course, the Senegambian music
Mm,
itself is extremely beautiful, and you have Imbalach, and you have your large stars like Usador, and these wonderful, amazing music that they have there. You would just you would just be in a musical heaven
Wow.
just to be in the Gambia because the music there is so sophisticated. And of course, they
Yeah.
love everything. They love R&B. They love soul. They love Celine Dion. They love everything. And
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Oh, so,
this.
African. Excuse me. Africans and
Yes.
their love for this type of music, from country
Oh,
music to. And look, I
everything.
scratch my
And
head. I say, "What is this?" We say, "Yeah, they
yes,
love it."
but their
You know.
own music, the natural music that comes from out of there, just is just, just so rich. I feel like I went to university, musically, living there.
Beautiful
So it's
people too.
so, oh, amazing, amazing. So yes, I had to journey myself back to America a couple of times, and now I'm back here. I've been back now for, again, 7 years. So I'm down here now in Miami trying to do something else. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected, and I'm just giving thanks for this moment.
Wow, it's an amazing interview. So now, let's say on the West Coast, we do have some roots dub defender. I'm just trying to name. Please, if I'm missing or omitting anyone, it's just due of my missing neuron right now. So it's not voluntary. I can forget some names. But from the top of my head, I see APS. They are way up California or Seattle. Um,
Hmm.
Serious sound system. They basically had the entire sound system from UK brought to America. Um, their type of plane APS. It's almost like you in the 70s or the 80s, UK style. I mean, we met
Hmm.
8 or 10 years ago. A lot of respect when we did the USA dub gathering in 2012 at San Diego.
Hmm.
We have another sound uh, by this brother named Lionheart, Peter Lionheart.
Hmm.
He was in Berkeley. I'm told that he moved somewhere in the southern part of a state, one of those states next to California. Um,
Okay.
the sound name is Inner Sound, heavy sound. He's been
Yes.
doing a lot of
I've heard of
work.
Renaissance.
Good. He's been doing a lot of production work. A few years ago, he used to just travel around Europe, visiting the various established sound systems. So he even came to Baltimore. We even did a session together. That was
Hmm.
around 2015 and so forth. A good person. Highly,
Hmm.
highly respected in the USA dub and roots. Then you
Hmm.
have, of course, Firki Amlak, who is part of that California also. I don't think need
Hmm.
any introduction. Besides
Right.
and beyond the point that he is a positive, progressive, extremely conscious
Yes.
artist.
Yes.
He is prolific output of well researched, well detailed
Yes.
song music, and of course backed by King Alpha, who is in UK in England,
Yes.
and all these under the label of,
Crucial.
again, we
Crucial.
just mentioned Akashi. And
Yes.
I have to say that it's almost like a something has happened in America because of these
Hmm.
type of combination and people, individuals, is that
Yes.
they have been able to bring reggae roots dub into the
Yes.
realm of where it was supposed to normally functionally grow and involve.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is the healthy, conscious, progressive, instructive, educational, uh, red pill, blue pill, red pill. That's the red pill, something like this type of music, in which
Yes.
it is highly, highly advisable for people to get in tune and to listen and to support. So from
Yes.
Fikir, you have Blackheart Warrior, another sound system in San Diego. We
Mhm.
visited them many, many years ago when we had this USA Dub Cup at San Diego. Oh, we can't
Mhm.
forget also Bryson, who is also in San Diego, I believe, or Berkeley, one of these two places. But Bryson, he's a producer.
Mhm.
He's the one who
Mhm.
does all these magnificent dub.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Good
He does
person.
work with Fakir as well. So yes, I
Exactly.
definitely.
Good
Yeah, I'm
person.
telling you.
I mean,
Yes.
you'll be like, whoa, look at him. He's decoding the frequency from a higher level.
Yes.
Highly respect to his work. And we do have
Yes.
others, but ma, please, I
Yes.
do
I
apologize.
have to shout out also artist Nagahan, brother
Exactly. Oh,
Nagahan.
oof, yes,
Another massive voice that I really think needs to be heard.
absolutely.
And with under the production of under Roots Unity, really amazing music. So it's like, there's so much output right now, and there's a lot of really talented artists right now that's doing some amazing work.
And
I
all this
love
in
Miss
America,
Paulette.
right? He was in
Yes,
DC
yes,
just last year or 2 years ago. He's in
exactly.
America or
Yes.
in Jamaica now. Where is he?
I don't know where he is right now. He did
California. He's a
come.
traveler.
Yeah, he is, and but definitely the brother that has some things to say, and just again the output, the quality,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm seeing right now. It's a lot of great quality, not just a lot of people producing stuff just to be producing it, but actually putting out quality that's going to have a lasting impact,
In fact,
and
no,
that's
you're
what we
so
want.
right. Big respect to this brother. I remember speaking texting him through the social media um, when he was in DC, and I saw some of his work. I had music from him when he and Inner Sound were doing some work together. He was like the voice on one of Inner Sound CD that was done
Mhm.
maybe between 2000, mid 2000, something like this. And the voice was just amazing. It was my first time coming across him. And many years further, we end up texting and connecting, but we never met face to face. But you're so right. This is a solid artist that deserves to be known, and give the accolade to him.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. And I'm looking forward to hearing more because I know, it's coming, it's brewing. And that's what excites me. That's what excites me the most is that I know that the Most High is instilling and inspiring these artists, and then the chain continues with the producer and the mixer and the thing will go on, and then they will release it, and us people are sitting on the side, and we can't wait. You hear me? We can't wait to hear it. So please, yes, and let me hail up my sister, the first lady of Chop Chop, the one Isis. I, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a sister, and this is a empress, and this is our time. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, this is our time to be seen. It's our time to be heard. This is our time to put it down. And I'm loving everything that she's put down. We need this representation more and more. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm just looking forward to everything that everyone has to offer. Definitely.
Nothing but big respect for Isis I. She's been doing some heavy work of promotion as an artist, as a promoter, as a defender of the concept. So nothing but higher roots, Isis I.
Ye-
Fire Coal as well of Chop Chop Production.
Yes.
And
Yes.
John Marcus, Father Chop,
Father Chuck.
serious label, Chop Chop.
Yes.
Big respect. Anyone else you can think of?
I feel like, there's just a realm. I think, like you say, these artists, they know who they are, and as well, they're initiated. You know what I'm saying? They know what this music is. So this music is not for the uninitiated, but it's shall you want to become initiated, come forward. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to play it. And so I just look forward. I just
You
look
hear
forward
what
to
the
more
sister
people taking
say?
the red pill. That's all I want. I just want more people to take the red pill. It's
Go
time.
cop your red pill from Miss African Roots. For real. But so many others like Black Mix, the son and the father. Just name. Jamali, out of New York.
Yes.
Name. I mean, please. Um,
I love mixed man. You know what I'm
big
saying?
time. Yeah, the Black Mix. Um,
Yes.
oh,
I love Iration Steppers.
big
I
time.
love, saying I love the Dennis Rutica. All of these vibes, man, is so crucial. I love Buka. I love Kanka. These artists are putting out some amazing music, and we need to support this music. We need all of it to be heard in its totality. We need to give people an experience that they've never had before. And that's what I'm looking to do. And I just pray that I'm able to do that with the help of the Most High.
Yes. Special shout to Princess Lynn, Empress Rashida, Sister Beloved. Um, name. I mean, so many names that are just skipping through my mind right now. But you all know, those who are on Facebook, nothing but salute and respect. And we hope that this interview um, was just what we promised it would be, educational. You hear names, you heard about Miss African Roots. Get in touch with her, especially if you're in the Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, these places. Big salute to Russ General, who is in Fort Lauderdale, right? And Mama Odesh, who is in Miami. So these two highly respectable brothers and sisters, I'm sure you will be able to network with them.
I agree.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Anything you want to say before we conclude this session?
I just want to give a special thanks and honor to you, Fasimbas, because you are highly inspirational to I and the I's music. I call you're the dub Morpheus. You understand? And
Well,
yeah,
I
you
tell
give
you
I
this. I
yeah,
give
man,
thanks. I
you
give
give I
thanks.
you
I'm
give
just a
I
poster
the red
child.
pills to move forward.
No, I'm just a poster child. You know that poster that's just ding 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 ding. But behind that poster, you have those serious one. Honestly, I'm being honest with you. I'm involved
Yes.
in selection, in the love of the music, just like
Yes.
you and like many others.
Yes.
But the singers, the players, the producers, the mixers are truly the one that need to be elevated. But we who are sound system people are the one who put their work out there. That without
Yes.
us, it will be extremely difficult for many who are listeners to know
Yes.
about them. So yes, we do deserve a certain amount of credit, and I thank you, and I say just the same to you. On the same note, we can never give enough credit to those who created this music, those who, behind closed doors or behind their mixing board has been actually turn those mixing board into instruments, and
Yes.
we can just be mesmerized and just so impressed by the work that we take upon ourselves to actually be. Like I said, I'm just a poster boy, you know. I'm just swinging that poster. Hey, it's me, it's me. But really, I give thanks. I give thanks.
Yes. Yes, yes, yeah. I'll always be inside here listening and putting up my fire emojis and things because that's how I really be feeling every time that I select them. So, that's real, you know what I'm saying? And I really respect all of that. And definitely I always put out mixes on Mixcloud, so you can check me there also.
Mixcloud,
Just
right?
anything, yes, on Mixcloud.
Good.
Hoping to be streaming at some point soon, where I can really, do something a little more, up close and personal. But
Yes.
in the meantime, I just, put out little mixes here and there, and but I'm always definitely, on the scene, trying to, cultivate and keep the music going. So I give thanks.
So I would say this in terms of streaming. I'm being honest with you. About a year ago, exactly a year and maybe 2 3 months, I had no clue about this streaming business, and because of course that was before the COVID situation. For
Hmm.
me, sound system was moving big speakers and renting the
Yeah.
U-Haul and almost just like the only one. But as I, getting older, carrying one heavy speakers with amplifier, these are heavy stuff, right? You're aware of it.
Exactly.
It has become kind of difficult, much more
Yes.
than it used to be. But still, I would do these heavy lifting and so forth. Um, Setting up, streaming, playing until 2 3 o'clock in the morning, and sometime in empty spaces. But just the love and the joy to hear the bass, to hear the high note tremble
Yes.
was just satisfying. The reward for me
Hmm.
was just to set up
Hmm.
the sound and play hard and loud and trembling walls and so forth. And
Yes.
then came the COVID. The COVID just shut everything down. And
Yes.
I didn't understand how I was going to readjust because I didn't have I repeat, no knowledge or know-how about this streaming from a um, a perspective of someone who had no clue. I would just look online, try to understand they're using this big word, and I said, "Oh, how am I going to do this?" And guess what? Someone out of nowhere just reached out and did it all for I and I. Did it
Yes.
all. Of course, I had the
Mm.
tools. For example, I needed a interface or these mixer who
Yes.
have the streaming capability and so forth, right? But everything
Yes.
else that we have, like the computer or the CD player or the turntable, we definitely need a computer, a laptop, right? So
Right.
now you also have on the web some website who do all the job. All what we need is just the necessary hardware, so to speak.
Yes.
So um, as a result of that, again, I'm just a poster child, poster boy. Someone else, guided by the inspiration of the same respect, love of what we do. Again, network, solidarity.
Yes.
I got connected and I start playing. And during those time, you see that wall you see was only 1 2 pictures. You see,
Yes.
and gradually, as I got more accustomed,
Yes.
more
The picture.
familiar, that's when you start expressing yourself and the music came out. And if it wasn't for that one person or these few people, I will not be
Right.
where I am. So this is to say that we are never a one-mate type of person.
Yes.
I say this real to me because I had to realize that, that we
Hmm.
have people around or far who can network and reach and bring their skill, their support, their expertise, so to speak, and share it with you. And they do it
Yes.
for the greater cause, for a bigger purpose. These type of people who are out here, who are just here to make the world better. And these people, you never hear about them. But we who
That's true.
mingle with them, who interact with them, we know these are the ones who deserve to be put on a pedestal, because without these people, we will not be where we are. We are always
Absolutely.
these poster boy, poster child. The one
Yes.
behind us are so many who made everything possible for
Possible.
us to be where we are. So we just
Too
the
true.
end result. We just that tiny little tip of the iceberg. So I always keep in mind, and I always remember that I would not be where I am if it wasn't for all these so many behind who have helped me along the way, who have gave me out of their heart and the time and the resources and the expertise. So
Exactly.
me in return, I can only try to do the same what was done to I, you see?
Yes, yes.
And that's how we make our world or our neighborhood or our neighborhood network a better place, is by helping one another, and it's by also accepting others to reach out and to do what they are sent to do. That's how we
Yes.
gonna move forward. So I give thanks.
Yes, I respectfully. So, and I just want to hail everyone that come and listen to this the program today. We're moving forward, and I definitely hope to link up with everyone. Definitely.
Thank you. So we good?
Thank you.
We did it. It's all good then.
Yes, let's dub it.
So I'm supposed to keep playing now?
Yes, you can play now. I'm ready.
Oh, I thought you was the play. You was the top, the artist, and all. We came for that.
Oh, wow. No, you rock it now. Everything is connected to you. So you play it, you dub it, but my turn soon come.
Okay, I give thanks, Miss African Roots. We gonna run a little bit of few tune, and I hope that those who have been listening did enjoy themselves. Until next time, Wadada salutes. Run it.
Good.
Thank you, Miss African Roots. Okay, take care. heavy dosage, heavy dub. Can't say dub anymore, it's heavy dub. Heavy dosage, heavy dub. That's how my way I say dub. Dub. Skip it. Check this. Heavy dub wise. No compromise. Yes, we hope that the interview was just what it was meant to be. Informative. Setting the record straight like an arrow, you know? Too much gimmick out there. Enough of it. But when the smoke settle, when the dust actually settle and the smoke just vanish, we get to see who are the ones on the battlefield doing the work. And many times, no one around to carry the burden on a mission. It's almost like we're expected to do everything, you know. You see, think, looking at the pyramid, do you think a single one person was supposed to build the pyramid? How long would have taken that person? Actually, that person would have even been able to move a single piece of stone. So what does that tell us? Clear message. That if we are to get anything done accordingly and properly and successfully, it must be done on a collective, on a teamwork level. This is the kind of nonsense they've been pushing from the day we were born, that we are so special that we are capable to achieve the impossible. Well, the impossible is not possible under the condition that we've been brainwashed, miseducated to believe that we can't do it all by ourselves. We cannot. We cannot. Everything, society, that's why we live in society. A group of people having different skills, different means, different ideas, different way of looking at things. And that's how that's how things get done, because we have a multiple, unlimited, infinite area of ability of looking at how things can or should or have or must are going to be solved. It's teamwork. It's not me. It's not you alone. It's not how it's done in the real world. That's the Superman, superhero, Western nonsense conception. So again and again, teamwork. Fundamental effort, collective efforts. Five people to move heavy speakers. Even better, the separation, distribution of role, of task, of ability. That's how things get moved forward. So think about it next time. Stop thinking that I'm going to do it all by myself alone, because I'm strong, I'm fit, and all blah 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 blah. Yeah, no one is an island, no one stand alone. None of us are expected to build our own. This is the Babylon conception to confuse us to thinking and believing and misbelieving that actually we can do it all by ourselves. Unity is the key. Now, what is this unity we be talking about? Unity goes like that. We don't get together because we want to, because we need to. We get together because he can do what I cannot do and I can do what he cannot do. So if we combine, we get things done. And that has nothing to do with, oh, you're my friend and so forth. Actually, it's by working together we learn how to respect each other and we go above our suspicion, we get to respect one another when we see how instrumental the one next to you truly is. Because he can do something you cannot do, and without him doing what he can do, you will not achieve to do what needs to be done to further our basic thinking. So dub is just an example among other. Reasoning, dubbing. Basic reasoning just came from listening to I family, or the elders. filled up, heavy supplements, call it vitamin red, functional medicine, supplement up. original lion music, you know. Lion style, lioness beat. Higher music, higher beats. Yes, the roots, the higher music. It is what it is. No joke, no gimmick. Strictly roots, strictly hard dog. Take it or leave it. We got this. Lion. African roots, salute, maximum, heavyweight respect. Now America can say they haven't heard you. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. From start to finish, heavyweight salute. Here we stand, predominant. strictly meditation. Intensive concentration. No diversion whatsoever. Focus. Concentration. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep it locked. Check the prey. You time it. Strictly African style.
Jah rule, who rules Israel. Jah rule Israel. Rule. Jah rule, he is the one who rule Israel. How many times we shall call on them? See how some of them keep calling his name in vain. Not when you in need, and not when you have material things. Especially not those times, yes. You have to remember every time we call on him. Even when the times we are stronger, even when the times we are weak, continue surely seek Jah and the light shall lead. Jah rule Israel. Jah rule Israel. Jah learn. Jah learn. Don't you speak of the things that I speak of, it is not. Respect the Haile Selassie, you don't say natural fact. Don't put it in a book, don't put it in a paper, that is a natural fact. It was a historian. Great monks on Mount Oxford with the Ethiopian, great fox on the sea. When they come invade Ethiopia land, that's how the boy them call Mussolini, the Italian. Say, oh, liar. Jah rule Israel.
Time alone will tell you say the wicked gonna end up in hell. I know time alone will tell you say the wicked gonna end up in hell. So just say now, so just say now, so just say yeah, so just say yeah, so just say now, so just say now. Instead of using your mind, why can't you all see the light?
Yes, thank you for all those tuning in for this interview. Heavy heart. Serious reasoning. And we hope that more will come forward to tell their side of the story, you know. What about the heart that needs to be told to set the record straight? Too much. Too much. Big boss here with empty saying, you know. Let's hear from those who truly are out there. Moving mountains, shaking the herd, mashing up their illusion and delusion. Mash them up, you know. You know what we need to do? Need to make our voice heard among each other. Because there used to be a time the earth used to tremble when the African is stomping and stepping down the road, you know. Yeah, used to be long time ago, you know. Time alone will tell, you know. Time alone will tell. Don't be no fool. Time alone will tell. Mash them up. No compromise at all. Stomp it. side of the story, you know. Them DVD need to bounce. Let those who deserve to stomp, mash them up. Give thanks, Miss Africa Roots. Set up the example. Time alone will tell.
Time alone will tell. Tell you say the wicked gonna end up in hell. I know time alone will tell. Tell you say the wicked gonna end up in hell. So just say now, so just say now, so just say yeah, so just say yeah, so just say now, so just say now. It's Hey, who's gonna joke when the master's coming down? No fire got show when the master touched down. A power man with them guns and ammunition have only hate and destruction in their vision. But them your man, they don't know say Jack is on a mission. Aye. So make them go on, make them go on. So them a go koya when Jack control. Jah will reclaim the things that we give them. So I pray the lion of wait. Hey, who's gonna joke when the master's coming down? No fun got show when the master touched down. A power man with them guns and ammunition have only hate and destruction in their vision. But them your man, they don't know say Jah is on a mission.
Cut. This what's going on in this tiny little city called Baltimore or Baltimore. The Fasimbas sound, you know. That's how we carry our swing on the little part of the world. No biggie. Nothing but a poster child, you know, poster boy. Or something much, much bigger than all that we put together. So we the swing. We butter them without any apology. Heavyweight. Wadada, until next time. Live it up, never give up, don't bow. Just don't bow. Do not surrender.